To understand the American West, you must see past the mountains and mesas, the rushing rivers and rising sun. You must look past the landscape and into the eyes of the people, both past and present, who call this place home. Immigrants and indigenous peoples, prospectors and pioneers, the West is home to all of them. Today, our home in the West is built on the foundation they laid generations ago, and the real story of their spirit, the legacy of their history, can only be found in one place. Welcome to the Autry National Center.
The Autry National Center presents many opportunities to engage the larger public. It was established through the merger of the Southwest Museum of the American Indian, founded by Charles Lummis, the Museum of the American West, founded by Gene Autry in Griffith Park, and the Institute for the Study of the American West. The collection today represents the most inclusive perspective of both American history and Western history. The Autry's value is we look at that story and we put it into contemporary terms, so it's relevant for us today. That's what the mission of the Autry is about, looking at the past to understand the present, to inform the future.
Without Gene Autry, this institution wouldn't exist. He made this institution happen. Without his financial support and his understanding and caring about what he wanted to tell the world about the West, we wouldn't be here today. I never envisioned, and I don't think Gene would ever have envisioned, what we have accomplished in the short time we've been open. The movies really kind of taught people what they thought they knew about the West, and in fact, a lot of what you saw in the movies was really fiction, and we are trying to tell the American people through the museum and through our programs just exactly what that Western history truly is, and it's not what they saw in the movies.
I feel very proud to be associated with the Autry National Center and the Southwest Museum. The collection there is one of the most vital collections in the country. I think it rivals the Smithsonian, and now that the two collections are joining one another, it's even going to be more significant for the history of the West. That's what's important to most of the tribal leaders that I talk to. They're excited about seeing those pieces and being able to help identify pieces, and so it brings those pieces back to life.
I had been to the Southwest Museum so many times before the merger, and I had been through that entire building. I had seen all of the collections and how they were stored through all 7 stories of that tower. I shared the anguish of the people that work there about how it was being cared for, and it's just so exciting to be part of that before and after, and again to see this tremendous care that's going into the collection of the Southwest.
And by combining that collection and the professional care from the Autry, I have no doubt that that collection will be saved for perpetuity.
In Southern California, there are many outstanding cultural institutions, and of all of the institutions that I've had an opportunity to be a part of in the last 20 years, I don't think there is any institution that has a greater opportunity to make a difference, not just in Southern California, but throughout the United States and the world.
When people come to the Autry, they're not just coming as a visitor, they're coming and understanding the connection that they have, or their ancestors had, in terms of what the West was, what it is today, and what it's going to become.
That's what I find so unique and special about the Autry. So if you have an interest in the stories of the Old West, there's artifacts to tell those stories. I've gone to powwows that the Autry has sponsored, cultural experiences that people here in Southern California wouldn't experience, and those are at the Autry.
Well, the best time at the Autry is 10 a.m. when the school students come in with the docents, all the noise, all the commotion, all the wonder that happens. And so literally to understand the Autry, you have to understand it from a student's perspective. And it is wonderful.
Using the Autry Center as a virtual classroom is bringing history to life. Everything that I've taught in my class is now, we're here. They can see it, they can touch it, they can talk to people who understand it, and that's what makes it such an amazing experience for them. We do a lot of history in class, and so when they come here and they see it, they actually see the clothing that people used to wear, or they get to pan for gold, and They get to see what the pioneers, how they dressed and the experiences that they had. That's really memorable, and especially when I get back into the classroom and they have so much to talk about and share.
I think the community is very lucky to have this museum. History comes alive here. It's not only a cultural museum. I've always thought that the Autry is the best kept secret in our community. You have to really come with a passion and an interest and wanting your children to learn about the West. And now with the merger of the Southwest, it's even a greater opportunity to coalesce and converge all the cultures here at the Autry, because there is something here for all of us.
The Heart of the West campaign is an essential expansion to house the collection, to house a greater number of people, and to provide more programming for all of our visitors. The renovated and redesigned Autry will be grounded in the landscape of Griffith Park. Inside, we'll create new galleries and open storage to preserve and display all of our collections and build new classrooms and interactive educational areas. Together, these spaces will give the public a deeper understanding of the art, history, and diverse cultures of the American West.
And you think about that as an educational opportunity for children, and it's just mind-boggling. That's where the Autry will shine, connecting our communities to the Autry and their importance and their relevance to the story of the West. So to me, the best is yet to come.
Well, it's very exciting to me to see the expansion program. Without the proper space, we could never display the artifacts that the Southwest Museum now enjoys. Opening their collection to the public is going to be wonderful, and without this expansion, that wouldn't happen.
Under the skies of this vast and vibrant landscape, one institution tells the diverse stories of the American West with respect and affection for all peoples. Protecting the legacy of countless generations, the Autry National Center is preserving our shared national heritage and building a better tomorrow for all of us.
It's easy for me to talk about making an investment in the Autry. It's tangible, it's real, and you can actually see a return based on how we all feel.
Because there's so many people that are involved in this whole melding of the West, if you will. It's just not cowboys and Indians.
And it would not surprise me if we look back 10 years from now to be talking to people in Europe and Asia who make the Autry National Center part of their destination when they come to visit the United States. I think it will be that important.
This campaign is going to really finalize and fulfill what Gene ultimately saw in this facility. I think it's going to be a wonderful experience that everyone is going to enjoy when they come to see it.
Your contributions to the Heart of the West campaign will become the lifeblood for the Autry's important mission, endowing future generations with the gift of knowing how they fit into the heart and soul of the great American West.